morning, guys. Welcome to InfoTrace Analytics. And I'm Dennis Kuria from InfoTrace Analytics, a data scientist. I have my colleague here.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Alan, a data analyst at InfoTrace Analytics. Thank you.
So today we have come to you with some exciting analysis that we have observed in social media. We at InfoTrace Analytics, we have a deep learning algorithm for sentiment analysis, which we actually use to get the sentiments from social media and from other pages like Twitter, blogs, and such kind. So just over this weekend, we have analyzed over 150,000 comments with over 1,500 posts just between the period of 12 February and 15 February. What are the key issues that we are looking at?
So thank you, welcome. Today we'll be dealing with two major key issues that have happened in the last 3 days. One, I will be looking at the president asking the deputy president to resign. We'll be looking at what people are saying over the social media on Facebook, Twitter, and WhatsApp. And two, we'll be looking at the heckling that has been going around. Especially, we've witnessed heckling in several functions. We'll be looking at what people are saying about the heckling. Yeah, so those are the two major issues that we'll be looking at today.
Yeah, thank you, Alan. And just before we go into those key issues, let's look at what were people saying over the weekend. What were people discussing about over the weekend? We have some things that were discussed positively and some things that were discussed negatively. From our algorithm, I can see that BBI was discussed negatively.
Yeah, BBI was discussed negatively. President was discussed positively. We have Ruto, Raila, and Uhuru both being discussed negatively. We see people talking about the government negatively. We might be curious to know what is it people are saying about maybe Ruto, Raila, or BBI negatively, and what is it that people are saying about President positively.
Yeah, it's actually interesting that we have both Uhuru, Raila, Ruto, all being discussed negatively. It's actually, I think, the first time we have seen this.
Yeah, and that should be a message to us and to our leaders as a country that something might be wrong, because why would the three maybe top leadership of this country being discussed negatively on social media?
Yeah, and even given the fact that the government and the opposition are also being discussed negatively is a concern. So let's now go into the first key issue that my colleague said, where the president over the weekend, I think last Friday, asked his deputy to resign. And we decided to go to social media and see what were people actually thinking about this. And just for this, we analyzed over 9,000 comments. And what do they say?
From the comments on social media, we can be able to see that actually 46% of Kenyans on social media are neutral about the president asking the deputy to resign. And then 32% of the population are rejecting the dare by the president, are saying that Ruto should not resign. And we are seeing only 21% of the population supporting that actually Ruto should resign. I don't know. What's your take before we even dive into the data? Do you think Ruto should resign or he shouldn't resign?
Yeah, personally I think Ruto should not resign. I will go with those people who are rejecting the president's dare.
The 32%?
Yes, I'm going with them.
Personally, I think it's high time Ruto resigns from government because you cannot be in a government supporting the same government and opposing the same government at the same time, just like the president said. Ruto has mastered the art of doublespeak. Where he's talking about the government's success, then he's part of it. And where he's talking about the failures of the government, then he's not part of it. It's somebody else. It's somebody in the opposition. So it's high time he either chooses either to be in or out. And you can see that 21% of Kenyans are actually supporting that the deputy president should resign.
I personally don't think that's the case. These are two guys who are elected on the same ticket. So if one resigns, then the other one should follow, basically, because just because the president is not comfortable with his deputy, that does not give him an excuse. In fact, if you look at some of the major responsibilities for the deputy have actually been assigned by the same president to junior staff, to the deputy.
But you see, let's look at it from this angle. That the president and the deputy were elected on a joint ticket.
Yes.
It's true.
Yeah.
But however, why is the president asking the deputy to resign? Is because the deputy is not supporting the agenda of the government. You cannot say that both of them should resign when the president is actually working very hard to achieve whatever they promised, but the deputy is busy on a campaign trail. We haven't seen Uhuru campaigning. In fact, he said that come 2022, he will resign. He will go home.
So it's actually very sad because Uhuru is now the master of doublespeak. Why? Because he is saying he's not campaigning, but he is everywhere campaigning for BBI. But anyway, that's our opinion. Let's now go and see what are people actually talking about according to this issue.
Yeah, so on the topic of Uhuru asking Ruto to resign, we can be able to see that among the key issues, people are mentioning corruption in the negatively. I don't know, are they saying Ruto is corrupt and that's why he should resign? We can see people are mentioning law on the negative. Are they saying that Ruto has breached the law and therefore should resign? And we are also seeing people talking about the president and Uhuru on the positive. So is it that they are happy about what Uhuru is saying? I don't know. What's your opinion?
It's actually very curious to see that both president and his deputy are in the positive, which means each of their supporters is coming out to support them. They are even talking about Jubilee positively. And one key thing I also saw in this analysis is that Tanga Tanga actually came to the positive for the first time in all our analysis. So I think that was the key take for me. And I can also see, yeah, the key word that came here negatively was corruption, which I believe that can be blamed to both the president and his deputy.
Now on to our next topic, where we are looking at how the heckling that has been going around. We've seen the deputy president being heckled in Isiolo. We've seen the deputy president being heckled in Olkalau. We've seen the Right Honorable Raila Odinga being heckled in Githurai and what have you. So on this topic, we were able to analyze over 6,000 comments that were talking about heckling, that people are saying what's the heckling about. And that's for the period of the last 3 days. And out of the 6,000 comments, then we can be able to see that people are not really happy about the heckling that is going around. The population on social media, 59%, are actually rejecting, rather are opposed to the heckling that is going around, with only 14% maybe being positive about the heckling. And maybe that's a question also to our viewers. Do you think the heckling is a good thing to go as a country, or should we condemn this?
Yeah, I am actually surprised that 14% of the people actually supported the heckling. And it's a major concern because whether it's Raila or Ruto who is being heckled, it's actually not a good way of communication. and it involves violence. And based on some of the previous testaments, even you can find that opponents are now using the youth negatively to maybe they pay them, and then they come to disrupt their competitors' meetings just to create a certain narrative, and it's actually very sad.
Yeah, or are the youth copying it from the leaders? Because we've seen leaders engaging in functions, even in burials, in public functions, and even to the extent of fighting. So could the youth be copying from our leaders?
Yeah, definitely, because these are their role models, and you also find that the youths are not only copying from them, they actually don't have works, there have been high rates of unemployment, and you find that most youths are idle, and the moment they get a chance to earn something, they immediately take that up.
So who is to blame? Because we are saying that the youth are idle. The deputy president is being heckled. He promised 1 million jobs every year. It's been 8 years. So had he maybe provided the 8 million jobs, then the youth would be engaged. They would not have time to heckle.
Okay, that's an interesting view, but I know the promises of Jubilee were under the president, who is Uhuru Kenyatta. So, and that's a question that we should be asking him. Why are youth idle, and why do we find people still going to heckle in political meetings? So I think that's a right question for the president.
We also saw the president, a section of youth heckling the president in Udhiru just the other day. So it should send a message to them. And even the Prime Minister, Raila Odinga, has been heckled in Githurai, has been heckled in Buma by a section of youth who are idle. They have nothing to do. At the same time, they are grieved, and we seemingly leaders are just selling them narratives which do not materialize. So it should be a wake-up call to our leaders that engage the youth, provide opportunities for employment, and we will not see these heckling scenarios in functions and events and rallies. And also, we as leaders should set an example, because if we engage in say fights in functions, then our youth will definitely copy from that.
Very, very, very true.
Yeah. So let's look at the key issues around heckling. We can see that Raila is being mentioned negatively, maybe because he was heckled.
Oh yeah, definitely. Raila was also heckled, so I'm very sure people are talking about his that in as much Ruto is being heckled, also Raila was also heckled, and I think that's where the sentiments lie.
Or are they saying that Raila sponsored the heckling?
That's 50-50 because some of the comments actually say that, and these are just hearsay, it's not facts. So we cannot say for sure who sponsored or if they were sponsored at all. So, but you can also see Githurai is actually mentioned negatively here.
Yeah, so that's a message that people are not actually happy about the heckling that's going around. Yeah. We can see the youth being mentioned negatively. That means the youth maybe are the ones mostly seen doing the heckling and carrying the placards with the obscene messages. So this should be a wake-up call to the youth that get out of this habit of heckling leaders in functions and rallies, and maybe engage yourself in something constructive.
Yeah, and so basically I think this is a message to the youth. Do not allow yourself to be used by the leaders, because at the end of the day, you are the one who will complain lack of jobs, you will complain about an unfriendly environment to do business. It's better you decide who to choose and do that in a peaceful way, so that you cannot blame yourself for whatever happens later on.
Yeah, among the key issues, we can also see Ruto being mentioned positively. Does it mean that the heckling that has happened to Ruto has added some points to him? Is it a question of people are now sympathizing with him for being heckled in the two scenarios that we've seen?
Yeah, definitely. Heckling sometimes brings emotions to the hardcore supporters of the person being heckled. But also you can see even Uhuru is being mentioned positively, plus also Jubilee. Yeah, so I think that's the analysis we have for today. Thank you so much. Do you have any conclusion to wind up?
Yeah, so today I'll just call on our youth across the country. Let us be objective. Maneno ya heckling kwa functions tuachane, because now it's not a good thing. We can see that 59% of Kenyans are actually sad about it, and you see when the population is complaining about our behavior, it may come back to us at a later date. So let us be objective. Let us stop this habit of heckling in functions and in rallies. And on Deputy President, lead by example. We should not come to these scenarios where the president is calling on you to resign because of the very many reasons that we've seen. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Alan. As for me, I think I would just conclude telling the youths, be responsible, don't allow yourself to be misused by these politicians. Remember, when you're being misused, even your life is at stake, and you do not want to find yourself in a situation where that politician will obviously not support you in case something happens. And as for the other issue in terms of resignation, I would say I think the message is clear. Most people don't support the president, and I think the president should also know that. And yeah, that's it for me. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, our numbers are on the screen. You can send us your feedback. We appreciate it.